If you're planning an Andaman trip and confused about where to stay, how many days to plan, whether to visit Neil Island, how ferries work, or what to skip, this is the exact video we wish we had before our trip. We made all the mistakes, learned everything the hard way, and in the next few minutes, we'll save you all that effort. And there we go, arrival to Port Blair.
When it comes to planning your Andaman trip, you have two options. Option 1, DIY. Plan everything yourself. Option 2, go through a package. We'll share our school of thought so you can pick relatable insights from this. We personally chose to go with a package, and here's why. Andaman is hot. No matter which season you come, the humidity is high. We didn't want to stretch the trip beyond 5 to 6 days. That's the sweet spot. In that short span, handling everything on your own can get hectic and might kill the holiday vibe. The biggest challenge would have been coordination. Intra-island transport, early morning ferries between islands, weather-based changes, or last-minute updates that only locals can keep an eye upon. Best season to visit the Andamans. The best time to visit the Andaman Islands is between October and May, and here's why that window matters. From October to February, you get the absolute best weather. Cool breezes, clear skies, calm seas. Perfect for beaches, water sports, and sightseeing. This is peak season, and honestly, it's easy to see why. March to May gets a bit hotter and more humid, but if you're into scuba diving or snorkeling, this is actually a great time. Underwater visibility is excellent, ferries run smoothly, and you'll often find better deals on accommodation. Now, June to September is monsoon season, and it's best to avoid it. Heavy rains, rough seas, and frequent ferry cancellations make island hopping difficult. Many beaches have restricted access during these months, so it's really not ideal for a trip. So, in short, plan your visit between October and May for the best experience the Andamans has to offer. Next up, Corbyn's Cove Beach, or as Alikya likes to call it, Corbyn's Grove, Corbyn's Curve, Corbyn's something. I don't think we heard the same pronunciation twice. She somehow managed to create new versions every single time. But jokes apart, this beach is one of the easiest and most accessible spots near Port Blair. It's clean, peaceful, and perfect if you just want to slow things down for a while. We ended up spending around 2 hours here, walking around, sitting by the shore, doing absolutely nothing productive, which honestly felt amazing. No big itinerary, no rushing, just waves, breeze, and a nice little pause before jumping back into the Andaman adventure.
Okay, first impressions? I'm already loving this place. There's something about the air here. It just feels different. The breeze, the sound of the waves, and everything around feels so calm. And honestly, I think that's what surprised me the most. We just landed. This is literally our first stop, and I already feel like the holiday mode has fully kicked in. If this is how Andamans is starting, I'm really excited to see what's coming next. And then we headed to the Cellular jail light and sound show. Now technically, according to our itinerary, this was the only thing we visited that evening. The morning clips you're seeing were actually shot on a different day, our last day in Andamans. We grouped them together because, well, it just made more sense this way. If you're planning your trip, keeping the full Cellular jail experience on the same day would be much better. And one quick tip, while booking the night show, make sure you pick your preferred language. There are separate Hindi and English sessions, and they run at different timings back to back. So double check that before booking. Cellular Jail Morning Tour. We actually came back later for the full daytime visit, and this place hits very differently in daylight. You've probably seen it in books and movies, but standing here in person feels heavy. This isn't just a tourist spot, it's a place filled with stories. One of the most iconic names associated with this jail is Savarkar. His prison cell is still preserved here, and seeing it in person makes you pause for a moment. And then there's this giant banyan tree, standing quietly inside the premises. This tree has witnessed history, pain, struggle, sacrifice, generations of stories. Walking through these corridors, seeing the tiny prison cells, imagining what people went through here, it's difficult to fully process. Among all the beaches, sunsets, and island hopping, this was one place that made us stop and reflect. A reminder that freedom came with stories we can never fully imagine.
And next, we headed to Havelock Island from Port Blair. Now, if you're planning a dedicated Havelock trip or just want a complete breakdown of the island, we've already made a full detailed Havelock video with all the fun, experiences, and hidden details. You'll find it right here in the top right corner. Go check it out later. Now coming to planning, Havelock is probably the main character of most Andaman trips. You should ideally keep 2 to 4 days here, depending on your pace. This island pretty much has everything. Beautiful beaches, scuba diving, cafes, nightlife, beach vibes, peaceful stays, party spots, you name it. And Radhanagar, wow. This is how our time there looked.
And one of the most memorable experiences from Havelock was this beautiful private candlelight dinner by the beach. Under the stars, by the shore, surrounded by nothing but waves and cool ocean breeze. The whole setup felt simple, peaceful, and special. We sat there for hours, talking, laughing, and just enjoying the moment. Some promises were made, some memories were created, and with nature witnessing it all, it became one of those moments we'll never forget. This one definitely goes into our core memory collection.
Next up, scuba diving, and if you're coming to Andamans, at least consider doing it once. Now, one common question people have, Havelock or Neil? Where should you scuba? From what we heard, Havelock usually has more colorful dive sites and more options. But honestly, both are great and it depends on the conditions that day. We did ours through the Eternal Andamans package and everything was handled smoothly. And for all first timers, don't overthink it. You don't need swimming skills, experience, or your own gear. The team provides the dive suit, gives a quick training session, explains the process, and assigns a professional diver to you. Your job? Just breathe, relax, and enjoy a whole new world underwater. One cafe we definitely recommend in Havelock is Something Special Cafe. And that night, we were actually having something special there too. After a scuba-packed day, this place felt like the perfect reset button. Good food, relaxed vibes, and a nice cozy atmosphere to slow things down for a bit. We had a great time here. Good conversations, good food, and a very happy stomach by the end of it. Definitely worth adding to your Havelock list.
The next morning, we did something slightly crazy. At around 3 am, we left the hotel and started riding toward Kalapathar beach. And trust me, the journey itself is half the experience. The road to Kalapathar, especially during early mornings, is absolutely beautiful. Empty roads, cool breeze, silence all around, and that first hint of sunlight slowly waking up the island. And then comes the main event, sunrise at Kalapathar. This place has a completely different vibe in the morning. watching the sun slowly rise out of the ocean while the whole beach is still waking up. That feeling is difficult to explain. If you are visiting Havelock, keep one early morning aside for this. Losing sleep for this view, totally worth it. Next, we moved from Havelock to Neil Island. Now, a lot of people actually skip Neil while planning Andamans, but Neil has a completely different charm. If Havelock is energetic and happening, Neil is calm, raw, and peaceful. Less commercial, less crowded, and a lot slower in the best possible way. We've made a full dedicated Neil Island video covering everything in detail, so do check it out in the top right corner. For most people, one day is enough to explore Neil. But if you're planning activities like scuba diving, keep 2 days aside. And our first stop here was Bharatpur Beach. We completely underestimated this place. What started as a quick stop somehow turned into one of our favorite moments of the trip. Just sitting under these trees, relaxing in the shade, and watching the sea slowly pull away from the shore as the tides changed. Very simple. Very peaceful, but surprisingly very special.
Next up was the Natural Bridge, one of the iconic spots in Neil Island. This place is famous for its naturally formed rock bridge and the rugged coastline around it. The walk itself is an experience. You'll cross rocky paths, coral stretches, and if you're lucky, spot tiny aquatic life along the way. One quick tip though, don't go with normal footwear. Rent the rubber shoes available at the entrance. Your feet will genuinely thank you. And yes, this is one of those classic Neil Island photo spots you shouldn't miss.
And next came one of our favorite evening spots in Neil, Lakshmanpur Beach. This place has a completely different vibe as the day slowly winds down. The pathway itself is beautiful. Tall trees, cool breeze, and that soft golden light slowly taking over everything. And then comes the sunset. Lakshmanpur is one of the most popular sunset spots in Neil Island, and once you see it, you'll know why. The whole sky slowly turns orange, peach, and gold, and everybody just pauses for a moment to watch nature do its thing. But here's the interesting part. Don't leave immediately after sunset. Once the crowd starts moving out, the beach slowly becomes quieter. And this place is also known for stargazing because of its minimal light pollution and clear skies. We actually saw planets through telescopes and learned some fascinating stories about the night sky. And while waiting, right outside the entrance, you'll find food stalls. Special mention to the Andaman style papdi chaat, absolutely worth trying. Good food, sunset, stars. Very difficult combination to beat.
Wish you all a fabulous journey and a great day ahead.
And with that, our Neil chapter came to an end, and we headed back to Port Blair through Nautica. Nautica turned out to be a really comfortable option for inter-island travel. And finally, our last day in Andamans. For the final outing, we headed towards Chidiya Tapu. The route itself is very scenic. Greenery on both sides, peaceful roads, and that classic island feeling one last time. We kept this day intentionally light. No rushing, no ticking boxes, just slowing things down before heading back. On the way, we also stopped at a local artifacts and souvenir store, picked up a few local goodies, and honestly, it felt like the perfect ending. Simple, relaxed, and a nice way to wrap up the trip.
And here's a quick snapshot of our day-wise itinerary that you can simply pause and copy. Perfect for a 5 nights, 6 days Andaman trip. We genuinely hope this video made planning your trip a little easier and help answer all those tiny questions we ourselves had while planning. And that's pretty much it for this one. See you again with another video, another journey, another story. Until then, signing off. Alekia Abraham.